What made this simple gold ring the most dangerous artifact in Middle-earth? Why did the Dark Lord Sauron pour so much of his strength and will into it? Sauron, one of the most powerful beings in Middle-earth, sought dominion over all races, from elves to men. The One Ring was his ultimate tool for achieving this. But why did the ring hold so much of his power? To understand, we need to look at its creation and purpose. During the Second Age, Sauron tricked the elves into creating the Rings of Power, 3 for the elves, 7 for the dwarves, and 9 for men. These rings enhanced their bearers' abilities, but Sauron had a hidden agenda. While they worked on the rings, he secretly forged the One Ring in the fires of Mount Doom. The difference? He poured a substantial portion of his own power and essence into the ring. This made it the most powerful of all the rings and allowed him to control the others. The One Ring was designed as a master key, binding the others to his will and their bearers to his service. Sauron's motives were clear: domination over Middle-earth. By investing his own power into the ring, he amplified his reach across the land. He especially targeted men, who were more easily corrupted. The 9 rings given to men turned their wearers into the Nazgul, the terrifying ring wraiths bound to Sauron's will. However, the act of pouring his essence into the ring made Sauron vulnerable. His power was immense, but the ring held a part of his spirit. Without it, Sauron could never fully regain his strength. When Isildur cut the ring from Sauron's hand, his physical form was destroyed, but his essence persisted because the ring still existed. The power of the One Ring went beyond control. It granted its wearer invisibility, allowing them to slip into the unseen world, the realm of spirits. This was the first step toward becoming a wraith, as Gollum and even Frodo experienced. The ring amplified its wearer's innate desires, often driving them toward selfishness, greed, and lust for power. Gollum, corrupted over centuries, became consumed by the ring's influence, and even the noble Boromir was seduced by its promise of power. The ring's main function, though, was domination. Its power allowed Sauron to control the other rings and their bearers, especially men. The 9 human kings who wore the rings were utterly corrupted, becoming the Nazgul, bound to Sauron for eternity. The dwarves were less susceptible, though the rings given to them increased their greed for wealth. Sauron's fate was tied to the ring in a profound way. He became dependent on it for survival. This symbiotic relationship between Sauron and the One Ring meant that as long as the ring existed, so did he. Even after he was defeated by the last alliance of elves and men, Sauron's spirit endured because the ring remained intact. This is why destroying the One Ring was the only way to fully defeat Sauron. The ring held part of his essence, and as long as it survived, so would he. The Council of Elrond realized that using the ring against Sauron wasn't an option. It would corrupt anyone who tried. Even a being as wise as Gandalf or as powerful as Galadriel would fall to its lure. The only solution was to destroy it in the fires of Mount Doom, where it was forged. When Frodo took the ring to Mount Doom, he too fell under its influence, claiming it for himself at the last moment. This was the culmination of the ring's corruptive power, which even the most well-intentioned could not resist. However, Gollum, who had followed Frodo, fought him for the ring. In his madness and obsession, Gollum fell into the fire, destroying the ring along with himself. With the destruction of the One Ring, Sauron's spirit was finally obliterated. The part of his essence tied to the ring was destroyed, leading to his complete and final defeat. This marked the end of Sauron's dominion over Middle-earth. The One Ring was unique because it was more than just a powerful artifact. It was a part of Sauron himself. It amplified his control, but also made him vulnerable. Its corruptive influence reached anyone who came into contact with it, driving them towards darkness, no matter their initial intentions. In the end, it was both Sauron's greatest strength and his ultimate weakness. The story of the One Ring shows us that power, especially when rooted in domination and control, comes with a cost. Sauron poured his power into the ring to extend his influence, but in doing so he also created the means for his own destruction. The ring was a reflection of Sauron's desire for total control over Middle-earth, and its corrupting power mirrored his own evil. By the time of its destruction, the ring had claimed many lives, twisted noble intentions, and shaped the course of history.